community.
All right, this next comedian coming to the stage, you guys. She's awesome. I have done comedy with her for a long time. We started when we were 13 and a half. Can't believe it, 22 now. She is a great friend. She's so funny. She's always been such a joy in my life, and I recently saw her at a show I did at the Improv, and I'm so glad to bring her into this show. So put your hands together for the lovely and amazing Marcy Etlinger!
Everybody. Another round of applause for Michael Merton. Super funny. All right. Right on. 2 sober people in the house tonight. Yeah, I would call myself a mild drug addict. I did a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and I totally stopped all that. I do still have a few problems with food, I must say. Not big problems at all. Like, this morning I woke up with a mouthful of Cheetos. Like, not big problems. But I do come from a long line of drug addicts. Well, my mother was a smoker, huge smoker. And when the Surgeon General announced that smoking was bad for your health, she didn't listen. She was like, I don't know why I need to listen to this guy. Like, he's not a real general. Like, why would I have to listen to him? And she smoked through her entire pregnancy with me. And thank God. I mean, I was born perfectly healthy. I was like 10 pounds, 2 ounces. I had a full head of brownish, reddish, curly hair and a little mascara on me. And I come from I was a tall kid. Super tall, super well developed. I come from a very long line of tall women. My Aunt Florence was 5'11", and Sylvia was 6'1". And they were gay. And in the 40s and 50s, when they were growing up, they didn't get married. And women at that period of time were either considered like super butch or super femme. And they fell somewhere down the middle. They looked a lot like Tony Curtis and Jack Lemmon from Some Like It Hot. And women at that time were also, many people didn't even know what lesbianism was. Like, it wasn't a real thing. They didn't know that women could actually be gay. Sexologists knew that it was inherent, and a lot of other people thought it was perverted, they're stupid. My mother had her own theory that my aunts were gay because they were too tall to find Jewish husbands. And like, you'd think that was like a stupid thing, but I kind of get it. Like, I'm 6'1" in heels, and when I go online and I search for a Jewish guy taller than 6 feet, my computer just starts blowing hot desert wind in And my mother, she took me to an endocrinologist because at this point in time, I was like, in 7th grade, I was 5'8", and she was nervous that I was going to be too tall. So she took me to the endocrinologist. Super traumatizing. He lays me on a metal slab, he measures my bones, he takes my blood. And I wish I had a fantastic joke to finish this off. But comedy equals tragedy plus time, and apparently not enough time has gone by. So my mother tried to take things into her own hands. She wouldn't let me drink any milk, cookies, and Senka. My mouth had like 3rd-degree burns on it all the time. Then she puts me in gymnastics. I wanted to play basketball, but she wouldn't let me because she's like, nice Jewish girls. If they become too tall, you're going to be too tall, and I don't want it. So she puts me in gymnastics. Talk about another self-esteem crusher. I sucked at gymnastics. First of all, I can't bend over backwards. It's a very long, way from here to there. I don't bend backwards, literally or figuratively. I was taller than all of the kids, all of the gymnasts, including the coach. The only event I ever excelled in was lifting the instructor up to the uneven bar. And I was the tallest girl in my 7th grade class, which also had, all my girlfriends were like finding boyfriends. They were meeting, things were starting to happen. The only boy in my 6th grade class that wanted to be my boyfriend was my math teacher, Mr. Baker. It's kind of gross, right? I'm not into older men either, really. But he would walk around to the back of my chair, and he'd lean over and he'd whisper in my ear, He'd say, sit up straight, Marcy. Tall is beautiful. And then he'd take his ruler and he'd stick it in the small of my back. At least I thought it was his ruler. I hope it was. So I turned out to be straight. I am straight, and I am single. And tall, all those things. And it would be great to meet someone. I mean, it really would be. I think that relationships are the most important part of life. And my friends want to hook me up. They want to set me up with people, and they ask me, like, what's your type? They don't really know because they don't happen to stop by my apartment between the time the bars close and the sun comes up. So they say to me, what's your type? And I said, well, let me think. Like, if I look back on the longer relationships that I've had in my life, my type tends to be tall, dark, handsome men who don't know they're gay yet. Yeah, I had a beautiful boyfriend named Angelo. He was adorable and fun and smart, and things just started to go downhill when we started to sleep together. He, the truth revealed itself, of course, and he didn't want to have anything to do with my breasts or my vagina. But he loved it when I used my mouth to talk about skincare. Love that. But for the most part, he just wanted me, like, in the dark, on my stomach, with a baseball cap on backwards. That was a big and I just really wasn't into, like, the splayed, puffy position. That wasn't my thing. So I've dated a few straight men. I have. But in LA, they really like them skinny here, like super skinny. And I don't know, maybe they like them skinny because they're cheaper. I don't know. But, I think to myself, you know what, guys, let me just give you a little piece of advice or a little warning here. Like, women who are really skinny can be a hot mess. They really can be, just a mess. I mean, they're hungry all the time, they're tired, they can't hold up their tits, it's a problem. And women who don't eat, don't swallow, and that's... So, dirty. So, here I am. I'm 50. I'm 50. Bone loss. Woohoo! 50 years old. Yeah, I turned 50. And I am starting to feel symptoms of the change. Like, I forget things a lot. Most notably, I forget to give a fuck what you think about me. And I had a party, which was super fun. I wrote out an invitation, come celebrate Marcy's irreverence. No gifts, please. I didn't want any gifts, cash only. I just wanted cash. Of course, people showed up with gifts. God, a friend of mine brought me scented body lotion. First of all, let me just never bring somebody else a scented gift. Like, I don't want anybody picking my own smell. Do you? Do you really want? Who wants to smell like banana body lotion? And unless I was dating a gorilla. Like, that's it. Oh my God. So she brings me a self-help book. Is there a message here? I don't really get, like, a self-help book. There's nothing like a gift from a loved one that says, there's nothing else anybody can do for you. You are on your own from here on out. Yeah, she bought me a book called The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Have you heard of that? Yeah, I'm going to read it later. All right, people, that is it for me.